Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another single song reaction here on my channel. As you can see, I've got my cousin Cody Musilek here with me.
Hello.
And we've been showing each other stuff. We've been listening to things. We listened to Blur album that both of us really liked.
It's great.
I was showing it to him because it's one of my favorite Blur albums, one of my favorite albums. He really liked it. And then we both listened to Led Zeppelin as well.
Yeah.
And I got incredibly underwhelmed by what is supposedly one of the great albums of all time.
Yeah.
You can check both of those out on the channel. I'm assuming I'll have those out before we upload this one. But yeah, we've got all the Metallica stuff. If you're just here because you like Devo, which is what we're going to be listening to in a second, you can show everybody now. And we will be, doing all sorts of different things. So check that stuff out on the channel. So today we're going to be doing Devo, and this is what?
Are We Not Men? We Are Devo.
Oh, cool.
It's a kind of, we're listening to one song though. We're listening to Gut Feeling / Slap Your Mammy.
Slap Your Mammy. Love it.
Because you got to listen to them together. One goes into the other.
And the cool thing about this is, like, you and I've talked about music a lot over the years, but generally it's in reference to something that we just like have in our hands or see, or it's not necessarily like, hey, you should check this out because I like it.
Right.
That's not a thing we do very often.
Yeah. You do it to me sometimes.
Well, just because I feel, yes.
But it's usually stuff that you just ran across.
Yes.
Not
and so I'll be like, hey, you
this
should
is
check
one of my
this
favorite
out.
bands. You've never told me,
we never do that.
Dude, go listen to Black Keys.
Right. It's always something that's weird that I think you might get a kick out of.
But I think we have a good sense of each other's favorite bands.
We're definitely, we're definitely getting there.
Yeah.
And to me, I've always associated you with Devo.
Yeah.
Probably because you've told me to like keep an eye out for like Devo records and things over the years.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the first things that we talked about. Like, if you ever find this, like, get it or whatever.
And you have found me a few.
And I have, and I'll take pictures of stuff and send it to you, and you're like, yes, that one, yes. Mm-hmm. And so I've always associated. Now in terms of what I know about Devo, is not very much. Definitely, I know "Whip It," which is the thing everybody knows.
Sure.
And then I think possibly the only other song of theirs that I know is the "I Can't Get No Satisfaction," which is crazy.
Which is a great cover.
And then other than that, I don't know if I know anything else. Is there anything else I should know?
They had a minor hit on I think it was on the Transformers movie, Working in a Coal Mine. They did a cover of that.
Which Transformers movie?
Oh, the 80s one. Sorry.
I was like,
Not the Michael Bay.
The one with Linkin Park on the soundtrack?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you though, it didn't fit into that movie either. They were on the heavy metal soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, Devo is a weird band.
They're very
I don't know
weird,
that much about them, but everything I find out, I'm just like, what?
They were...
But really, they did that "Working on a Coal Mine," going down.
They did a cover of that.
Dude, that's awesome. I want to hear that.
Minor hit.
I like that original song a lot.
We could look it up after.
That's one of those like old songs that I just know.
Sure.
Did I ever tell you what my very first favorite song ever was?
No.
It was by Otis Redding.
Okay.
And it is "Chain Gang." That's the sound of the men working on the chain
I don't know that one.
gang. Hoo, ha, hoo, ha.
My first favorite
All day long
song.
they're singing.
My first favorite song was "Down on the Corner" by CCR.
Down on the... That's CCR?
Yeah.
What? I did not know that. Yeah, I did not know that. Huh. That's a great song, though.
It is good. It's so catchy.
It is. You know what other song...
What other good songs can we name?
What other good songs are there? It's Kid Rock.
Oh, yeah.
No, but a song that I've always thought was really underrated, probably not a very PC song today, but Chantilly Lace. Right?
Chantilly Lace.
And a pretty face, a ponytail, hanging down, a giggle and a walk, and the wiggle when the walk. Make the world go round. There ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl. Make me spend my money, make me spend. Right? Or another song that I love that is shocking is... hey, pretty lady, I'm gonna give you a sign. I give anything to make you mine, all mine. I'll do your bidding and be at your beck and call.
I don't know who that is.
John Michael Montgomery. Yeah, I never seen anyone looking so fine, man. I gotta have her. She's a one of a kind. I'm going once, going twice. I'm sold to the lady in the long black dress because she won my heart. It was no contest with the ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes.
These are ones,
I'm about to give my heart goodbye.
These are ones you liked in your youth?
Yeah, just songs that, like, for no reason. I also used to love "This Kiss" by Faith Hill or whatever. Or no, it was the other one. Ooh, I love the way you love the way you love me. I used to like that song too.
Yeah.
It's funny to think about this stuff.
Yeah.
And well, this is just all like just on the radio when I was like a kid.
Right.
I used to also like that "Return to Innocence" song. by Enya.
Oh, did you like it from did you like it from the Pure Moods commercial?
No, I liked it from the Man of the House movie with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Dude, that is a sweet drum beat. Everything about that song is cool.
The whole Pure Moods album, man.
I don't know anything about Pure Moods, but you're right. That was where they would play the songs that were on the album. Oh my God, I forgot about that. I should get a copy of that. It's got to be.
Last year when we were garage selling, I bought the whole Pure Moods set.
Dude, that's awesome. I love it.
You didn't even realize what I was getting.
That is so cool.
This is great.
Yeah, it is.
So
it is
anyway,
fun.
Devo.
Yeah.
This all wraps up because I've been a fan of Devo since I think I was about 13.
Mm-hmm. How'd you get into him?
How did I get into him? My dad had this album. This is actually his, I think.
Okay.
And I don't know if I heard this first. The first Devo record.
Hold on. We just have to clarify. Your dad would not listen to Devo. Like, he would not like Devo, right?
I don't know.
I mean, he would maybe listen to it because he didn't know what it was and he was curious, and he wouldn't necessarily hate it, I guess. But like, he would never search out an 80s, whatever kind of band they are.
I think, like 78. I want to say that at one point when we were listening to Larry's band at one of our family events, that's our Uncle Larry was in a band back in the day with all these guys. Mm-hmm. They had said that they often played a cover of a Devo song, and I can't remember which one it was.
Interesting.
I can't remember, but I don't know. I guess, I mean,
Jim might have known it through that then, huh?
Yeah, we'll have to ask him tomorrow what he
his
thinks
dad's
about
name
Devo.
was Jim. Yeah.
Yeah, still is.
I said his dad's name is Jim.
No,
Jim.
you said was.
No, I didn't. Did I? Check the tape, rewind, and black out the. Come on. Yeah. I don't have. I can't do that. That effect.
Well, they can rewind the video. What he
his
thinks
dad's
about
name was
Devo.
Jim. Yeah.
Yeah, still is.
His dad's name was Jim. Yeah.
Still is.
His dad's name was Jim. Yeah.
So I got into Devo. The first Devo CD I bought was with you, which you won't remember.
I kind of do remember.
I don't remember where we were. We were at a CD store, and it would have been 2003, 2004, something like that. And it was Devo's Greatest Hits, and it was the worst. It was the worst excuse for a Greatest Hits album because it was. I think it didn't have any of their Warner Brothers stuff, so all it had was stuff on the last record, which is their critically panned. Everyone hates their last record, and it also had live stuff from their live album of that time. So it had some old songs, but they were like acoustic covers of it.
Sure.
Very weird introduction to the band, and I was kind of forced myself to like them. I don't remember why. I guess I don't remember why I got turned on to them in the first place. But then after that, I listened to this album because I found the actual vinyl album at my house. This is back before I could download songs, but I wasn't downloading Devo songs for some reason. And just got really into it. And for me, the older the Devo, the better. And this album's from 78. And they release an album kind of every year, every other year. Whip It was their third album. And
Okay. I was going to.
And it was 1980.
Okay.
And they kind of get described as new wave. They kind of get described as punk. Kind of just depends on what era you're talking.
That's the thing I've always I don't know very much about Devo at all. Like I said, just those two songs. But I don't know. And they seem like weird guys too.
Yeah, they had a whole there was a whole philosophy behind the band, and it was that we are devolving, and they almost consider themselves an art movement.
Okay.
A little pretentious, but they were they were very tongue-in-cheek commercialized. They would every time an opportunity came up to license their song for something, they jumped on it. They're yes, we will endorse your products.
That's awesome.
But it was but we really hate consumerism kind of a thing.
That kind of stuff is fun though.
Yeah,
I like that.
But yeah, they go back to 73
really
in Kent State. And I would describe their earlier stuff as more punk.
Okay.
And later on, it's got Mark Mothersbaugh in the band, Jerry Casale, and a bunch of other guys. Both of their brothers are in it. But Mark Mothersbaugh kind of became the face of the band. He's kind of the weird wire rim glasses guy.
He's the guy that sings?
Live, he sings.
Okay.
On the albums, I think Jerry sings half the songs.
Really?
But Jerry's not able to perform and sing live. So Mark pretty much does all the songs as far as I know.
Interesting.
And I think there was kind of turmoil in the band because of that, because people kind of saw Mark as the frontman of the band, whereas it was like kind of half and half writing credits and half and half singing on the albums. But they both kind of sound alike. I can't point out like this is a Mark song or this is a Jerry song.
Oh, okay. So
Kinda
they do
weird.
sound good.
Yeah.
They sound the same.
So you wouldn't know listen live.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to ask actually too, because then that would make their live recordings probably way
Yeah.
more interesting if you could tell the difference very easily.
Yeah,
But if you
not
can't,
really.
then
They both kind of got
the.
that. But I don't know if you know Mark Mothersbaugh. He did a lot of soundtrack work after that. He did the theme to Rugrats.
Oh, did he? Was he the guy that did the Tron
No, the
Tron soundtrack?
that was Daft Punk.
Oh no, the new one, but the original Tron soundtrack was.
Oh no, I don't know who that was, but
That would have been before Devo anyway, huh?
no, it was 80s.
It was 80s, yeah.
But
Yeah.
so he went on. He's made a really good living for himself doing soundtrack stuff. He did the soundtracks to most of the. Oh gosh, I can't remember the director now. He just put out a movie, but
Christopher Nolan?
Royal Tenenbaums, and
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. So he did all the soundtracks to a lot of his, like the first half of his filmography.
That's really awesome because those movies are like iconic soundtracks.
Kind of like lots of harpsichord sounds and stuff.
Yeah, very whimsical.
Not really Devo-ish.
Yeah, but that's, I guess,
yeah.
cool. Wow.
But he was kind of obsessed with synthesizers, and see, he kind of took the band in that direction, and I don't think Jerry and the rest of the band were on board with that. They still kind of perform here and there, but
I mean, if you think like "Whip It" is like a huge song,
yeah,
huge,
and I think that's
as far as I know, there's no guitar on it or anything, right? Or maybe there is a guitar, I guess. But
maybe it's just bass.
isn't that a synth? I thought.
Is that? Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Maybe it is. I haven't heard it for a while.
Right. Where was I? So I don't know. We can just get into it.
Okay,
So
and just
this
see what
is-
happens.
So this is my favorite song. I would say this is not really like the rest of their songs.
Okay. Okay.
You know, this has Uncontrollable Urge, which you may have heard that. It's kind of used in movies and stuff.
Okay.
I Can't Get No Satisfaction. You've heard that. Weird cover. Space Junk. Jocko Homo was kind of almost like their anthem. It was kind of embodied like what they were all about.
Okay.
But you probably wouldn't know that. So we are doing Gut Feeling, and I love this song. It's a lot. It builds and builds, and it's just a great song.
Okay. Oh, almost 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Great. All right. And it's 2 songs put together, you said, kind of?
Yeah, they'll last like 30 seconds.
Okay, I was going to say, can you clearly tell when it switches over? Sure. Okay, all right. This is Devo with Gut Feeling / Slap Your Mama. Slap Your Mammy.
Mammy.
Sorry, Mammy.
Kind of cool, huh?
Yes, so far.
I have no idea how the production will sound to you.
This is a 2008 remaster, by the way.
Okay. This album was produced by Brian Eno,
Okay.
and their first album, after that, I don't know if they produced it themselves, they got different producers, but I think this album is considered well produced because of Brian Eno.
I mean, it sounds great
Yeah.
so far. That delay on the guitar that's over in the other track as well is nice. Like it's a stereo delay, but the source, you can still hear the source off to one side. The drums have a little bit of sort of slapbacky, ping-pongy delay on them. Sounds good though. And this is what year? 78?
Yep.
That's cool. A piano with like a warble on it or something. This reminds me of the very early Gary Numan stuff I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The Gary Numan and
I
the
think I would like
Trapezoids.
Gary Numan.
Yeah, especially that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we should listen to one of that sometime. Or you can just listen to it on your own. Let me know what you think. Over a minute and a half with no vocals. It's very jammy feeling, like, you know. That piano is really interesting. That's weird. The style of the vocals is very 80s to me,
Yeah.
which is cool. Were they influential? It's hard to tell because they were still active in the 80s.
Right, yeah.
Like the staccato nature, you know, like he's da, 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 like that's
Yeah.
very. They're just abruptly ending all the notes. It's interesting. Weird. This is punkier for sure. Like especially the attitude of just like.
Sure.
Feedback, love it.
Sounds like Goofy.
Yes! Okay, so is this the next song?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. It's weird.
Yeah.
Is he saying words?
Slap your baby down. He's not saying slap your mammy. I don't know. Move it up and down now.
That is. That is just.
Isn't that great?
That is something else.
That's great.
That's your favorite TiVo
Oh, I love
song?
it. Just listening to that now just got me so giddy.
That is so weird.
It's great. Now,
I would never
so
guess.
the slapping mammy part. I mean,
No, that's cool. I mean, it's cool, but
it goes like right into that's kind of like the most punk that they get at the
Yeah,
end there.
yeah.
And it kind of builds and builds into that. But just the whole gut feeling part is really what I'm into.
that's interesting.
Good.
Why?
Well, I don't know. It's a feeling.
Do you like the repetitive nature of it,
Yeah.
kind of, and then the way it kind of just adds layer onto
Yep.
layer a little bit? Man,
I know
that
it's
is
not the
weird.
most original thing, but
No, that's just weird. I mean, I will say for me, I think it sounded good. Like the production on that was good, I think.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it's interesting. Like, this isn't presenting itself as like something that should necessarily sound really good.
sure.
You know, with what they're doing.
Here, load up Spotify.
But what they're doing is that sounded really good, in my
Yeah.
opinion, more so than it maybe even had any right to. But then, but if you ask me my opinion on the song itself,
Yeah.
I did not like it.
Really?
Because there's no chorus, there's no discernible. I mean, there was 2 verses, I guess. I guess there was kind of a chorus.
I'm okay with not having a chorus on a song.
Yeah,
just in general.
right. And for me, that's like a big stickler thing. However, I know that that's just like my personal. That's just that's just another personal preference thing, and I understand some people aren't bothered by that. But
But like my favorite Beastie Boys song is Paul Revere.
I don't know what that is. So
Well, for those that know, I mean, no chorus at all. It's
they just rap the whole time.
It's just they're telling a story essentially.
Oh, well, that's
not really
kinda
like
cool.
this, but like where you could feel like it could go into a chorus and then it never does. Because now that I'm looking at the track list, you might like Come Back Johnny.
So you want me to look up Kid Rock?
Yeah.
We looked up Kid Rock earlier in another video, and
But
I
how
probably
does
had
it
to cut
compare
it
to Kid Rock?
Nothing sounds as good.
On a scale of
look,
0 to
look,
Kid
it's the
Rock.
last thing we played. It's down here.
Oh, God.
It wants me to still play it. It wants me.
no.
It wants me to.
Kid Rock's gonna put the hammer down on your videos, I think.
Well, I don't know. Isn't Devo known for being kind of weird about stuff? I will say I have come across a YouTube channel. I've come across a YouTube channel before. Sorry,
We're
Devo.
seeing the cover to Oh No, It's Devo
And oh man,
with the glasses.
the glasses weren't the thing that jumped out at me. It was just their faces and their expression and.
So they were pioneering in like the music video world because they had made a bunch of music videos like just prior to MTV launching.
Okay.
And so when MTV launched, they played a lot of Devo music videos
Because they had them ready.
So many.
Sure.
And I know people made videos in the 60s and stuff, but like,
Do you? Is it curious to you? So Whip It with 142 million,
yeah.
and then Uncontrollable Urge 26 million. Puppet Boy.
Yeah. I think
Girl You
Puppet
Want.
Boy was a TikTok song at some point.
Oh, okay.
Uncontrollable Urge, they use that to the theme song to the TV show Ridiculousness.
I've not heard that.
It's
one.
like a clip show.
All right, so we'd go to this
They use
one.
a cover. Yeah, just go down to come back.
Oh, Uncontrollable Urge is from this one.
yeah.
Okay.
You could listen to the first few seconds, see if you recognize it, because it's been in soundtracks and stuff. It's a good opening to the album. It's a little like a Ballroom Blitz or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. This is a good one.
The production's great.
Yeah. I think that's Brian Eno for you. I think their other albums are not considered. Well, I mean, Mark Mothersbaugh is a really good producer, I think, later on in his career, but
It's weird. It's so weird. Like, I just would never. This is not what I would ever seek out.
yeah.
And so it's so awesome to me that this is like your go-to.
Yeah.
Or like one of the things you really like.
But I don't listen to a ton of like punk music,
No, not at all.
so I don't know where that came
There's
from.
just something about this, I guess.
Yeah.
Or which one?
Okay, so-
No.
Do Come Back Johnny. Yeah.
Come Back Johnny. Okay.
See what you think about this. Definitely not my favorite on here.
Snare drum doesn't sound as good just off the bat. It could change. Gallopy beat.
Little westerny vibe.
It's weird because it feels in some ways like it's early for its time, but
Like
it
ahead
also
of its time?
yes,
Okay.
but it also feels like it's kind of like clinging to like I don't know good examples of what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of, but like a band that would be performing on like an extreme band on that big show where all the bands performed live. Sorry.
That's okay. I don't know the show.
Yeah, you do. The show that everyone performed on.
Unplugged?
No. In like the 60s.
Oh.
Like the big
Oh, Ed Sullivan?
Ed Sullivan. Like
Yeah.
they feel kind of like a band that like the Byrds or something.
They use a lot of like 50s imagery. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what you consider that like the 50s like image of the nuclear family and like
Right.
like nuclear scare imagery, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't really know what you call it, like the 50s housewife kind of a thing.
yeah.
They lean heavily into that imagery and a lot of their stuff.
That's what the cover of the album reminds me of.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, definitely.
go to their last album and we'll just see their most
boy.
recent one.
Oh, they did a 2013 album or 2010.
Go there and we'll just see what it sounds like.
Okay, that's fine. Do what we do, I guess. This was their comeback. It's very different than
Dude, yes.
yeah.
That is cool. Yo, that's awesome! Dude, that synth bass is great. Dude, I love 80s bands that made albums in like the 2000s.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite genre of music. I love it.
The 80s band comebacks.
This sounds so good.
Yeah. I did listen to this album a lot when it came out.
Yeah?
Because this was, you know, I had been a fan for like 8 years at this point, and they're like, oh, they're coming back. It was a big deal. It was not, I don't think it was sold very well or anything.
Yeah.
But those comeback albums never do, so we did.
Yeah, I don't remember when it came out. I would have been working at Hastings at the time.
Yeah.
Or no, it wouldn't. That would have been after. Well, no, I started working there this fall 2009.
There was a is there like a deluxe edition of this album?
That might be what the next one is.
Dang, I need to look up. Man.
Dude, this sounds so good. Oh my god, yes. I'm trying to find what the other versions of this were.
Watch Us Work.
Oh, here's the deluxe, 15 songs.
Is Watch Us Work It on here? Yeah.
This sounds so good.
This should have been on the album. This was on a commercial. But they left off the album for some reason. This is more guitar on this one.
That's cool.
Maybe that's why I like it more than the rest of it. Which is weird, because I like synth pop.
You do, yeah.
But the more synths they added, the less I like Devo.
I mean, dude,
you're not into it as much as the other ones.
No, like listening to that and then knowing that like one of the Powerman 5000's biggest influences was Devo, like I freaking see it so
Really?
hard. Yes.
Wow.
Oh my god, yes.
Then I wonder if like...
Dude, no way. That is just blowing my mind.
We should have done a reaction to their 2010 album.
Well,
Nope.
no, that's all right. I'm happy we just did this.
No,
Like
this is great.
that I'm gonna listen to that. That was so impressive.
Yeah.
But no, you gotta well, dude, maybe you would really like that is. Well, first of all, they have this, which I know you've heard. I'm pretty sure.
No, I have not heard their cover of Whip It. Whoa. Is this all covers?
Yes.
Whoa. I've never really listened to Powerman 5000.
This is way over compressed for Spotify for whatever reason.
This is Jump. So is that a lot of their songs? They have that electronic-y... I've never listened to them. I just assumed they were just kind of a metal band. Huh. Have they put out a new album recently?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, that's right.
2 years ago.
I remember your video.
Yep.
See, now this is just like that Watch Us Work It.
That's exactly what made me think of this.
Huh.
Sorry, I know I'm getting way too deep into this,
okay.
but like...
We arranged for several of you to kill each other so that we could take over your bodies.
No, never.
No, never.
All night because P is for vampire, P is for blood. So give me your money, I'll
Give you my love. They do all sorts of like fun stuff, and they do stuff like this. And I don't know, maybe it's not as close to like Devo-ness as I thought.
It's like Marilyn Manson meets Devo.
Yeah. Marilyn Manson was always afraid to be like happy sounding though.
Yeah.
And like this, they're not afraid to do that.
Okay.
And like they just, he's so cool. I love Spider so much. But yeah.
So
Okay.
anyway, that's the Devo reaction.
Yeah. So my takeaway from that is listen to modern Devo.
So I think you would like their later stuff, and I like their earlier stuff.
And that's cool. That's cool. It's just so weird because the more...
Oh, you should look up Working in a Coal Mine.
Oh, yeah. We should have done that.
Get a-
Working in a coal mine, going down, down, down. The more I learn about the stuff that you like the most, the more I don't understand what you like. Because it's like in a lot of ways, all the stuff I just showed you, with Powerman and that stuff, that's like way more like produced and polished.
Right.
So to me, it's like less heavy almost.
Yeah.
Not heavy, but like that has big, thick guitars and the guy's kind of yelling in it. But like Devo, the dude's a nut. When he's singing, like he didn't sing a single thing straightforward.
Right.
In
No.
anything you just played for me, except for maybe the last stuff a little bit.
No, they never.
But like everything else was just like, like it's just like what the heck?
That's yeah.
And so it's like that is just it's weird. But not in a bad way.
I mean, they build themselves as like devolved music, you know.
So what album was that off of?
Oh God, I don't know. I think I might have just. So this was not the greatest hits album I got, unfortunately.
Yeah. Did they do lots of covers?
No. I mean, they did Secret Agent Man. Like kind of earlier
what?
on. Yeah.
Every song they do is a cool song. Secret Agent Man.
Oh, maybe we should look that up.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a good one. This is later on, or it's 4 albums in or something.
Well, I've been working in a coal mine, going down, down, working in a coal mine.
Better slip down.
So I guess this is more straightforward. I mean, it still sounds like the original song, unlike
Yes.
Satisfaction,
Yes.
where basically they just kept the lyrics.
Yeah, but it's still a little weirder. It's got their weirdness to it.
Right.
We're running the gamut here.
Yeah, you're getting a lesson. I think this is on their second album, maybe.
Dude, that's called a flam when you hit the snare twice.
Oh.
I have never heard it in any real song.
And I still haven't.
Why would they do that?
What? The flam?
Yeah, it's breaking my brain.
Yeah. That's how they're subverting your expectations, man.
They're doing something.
devolving the music. Like this is Jerry singing, I believe, and I guess he sings a little more straightforward.
What? Sorry, what did you say?
This is the other guy singing, I believe,
Okay.
and he sings a little more straight. He's a little less goofy. Anyway,
No, so listen to this production real quick,
okay.
and then you just got to hear, just because the production. This is what I was thinking of, I think.
This is cool.
This isn't...
I like his vocals so much.
I knew you would.
Yeah. And I mean, I've heard him before, but
I don't think this is the exact thing that I'm thinking of, though. I have an album of his, and I don't see the cover here. It was like a re-release. Oh, it's this. Replicas Redux. So this is their... Okay.
redo.
Our Friends Electric. This is one of the things I was thinking of, I think. Yes, this is what I was thinking of. But it's a good... all that other stuff, too. But this is just similar production, I think, to what we were just listening to. So I thought it was Gary Numan and it's the Tubeway Army. But his other thing is the what was I saying? I was saying something that maybe was completely wrong.
I don't know.
I can't remember the Trapezoids.
Yeah.
That's not right, I don't think. Maybe it is. He might
like
have an
his
album
band?
called Trapezoids.
Oh.
But this is Gary Numan and the Tubeway Army.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said the Trapezoids.
Yeah. But I think that's an actual thing. It's just a matter of... But this sounds like something you would like, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm here
full
with
of
no
crap.
saxophone.
I'm full of crap. I'll have to do some research and listen to this album and then get back to you. Okay, all right.
I don't know how you're going to cut that
45
down.
minutes later. Well, I'll just probably end it after the Devo stuff.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, whatever. We just had a lot of fun looking up a bunch of random things, and I don't know how much that's going to make it into the cut, and if it even can, because we listen to a lot of things from different albums, and YouTube doesn't necessarily care for that much. But it was fun. We had a lot of interesting times, and I'm curious about modern Devo.
Yeah.
All
You were
Devo,
way
really.
into it.
It's really interesting. Well, I just love the way it sounded,
Yeah.
you know?
Sure, I can see that.
So, yeah. All right, thank you very much. Check out other stuff on my channel. Think about liking and subscribing. If you want to see us do more Devo or more sort of stuff, I don't suggest stuff in the comments. Let's just definitely suggest stuff in the comments. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, what would I like
And,
if I like old Devo?
Yeah, and we'll try to find some of that stuff. Maybe do some in a future video.
Sure.
Thank you very much, and we will see you next time.